Sri Lanka's most powerful news brand.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News. You're with me, Sarah Fonseca. But before we head into our stories, first we'll take a look at headlines in detail.
CEB trade unions launched island-wide strike action. Ministry of Power and Energy promises uninterrupted power supply. Remains of the youth who was reported missing in the Ratmalana Seas discovered. Individual shot dead in Kutupilagama, Sevanagala.
The Chief of Pakistani Army Staff General Driveby Bajwa says Sri Lanka has achieved a significant development due to the prevailing peaceful environment. He made these remarks when he met with President Maithripala Sirisena during his tour to Sri Lanka at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. The General Driveby Bajwa recalled the historic tour made by the Sri Lankan cricket team to Pakistan in a background where other countries stayed away from Pakistan, and further stated that Sri Lanka is a true friend of Pakistan. President Sirisena meanwhile recalled the long-standing friendship between Sri Lanka and Pakistan and extended his gratitude to the government of Pakistan for providing its fullest support to Sri Lanka, including training facilities for the members of Sri Lankan security forces, especially during the past war. MP Ranjit Soisa, who was serving as the SLFP Chief Organizer for Rakwana in the Ratnapura district, has been stripped of his position. PK Upali Chandrasena has been appointed as the new SLFP Organizer for Rakwana. He received his letter of appointment from President Maithripala Sirisena at the Presidential Secretariat this morning. The visuals you're going to witness right now are the visuals from the visuals we brought you a few days ago, where a woman suffered serious injuries due to a crocodile attack in Kubuk Kadavala. We have received reports that one of the crocodiles had been captured using a trap that was set up in the Vava.
Newsfirst earlier reported that residents of Kubuk Kadavala have been severely inconvenienced due to a float of crocodiles that have taken up residence in the Vava. The mother of two who was attacked by the crocodiles underwent treatment at the ICU of the Kurunegala hospital before being transferred. Following the incident, attempts were made by wildlife officials of the Heratgama Wildlife Office to capture these crocodiles. Yesterday, one crocodile was caught in a trap set up by the wildlife officials. The captured crocodile is due to be released into the Kahalla Pallakala Reserve. However, area residents note there are plenty more crocodiles in the Vava.
The remains of a youth who was reported missing while bathing in the seas of Ratmalana were discovered this morning.
3 individuals who were out bathing in the seas of Ratmalana were reported missing last evening. The Navy, police and area residents launched search operations to locate the missing persons. The remains of 2 victims aged 16 and 24 were discovered last evening, while the remains of the 3rd victim were discovered today.
A man suspected of raping his own mother was arrested in the Valigame area in Mathura. Our correspondent in the area reported that the rape victim is currently receiving treatment at the Mathura General Hospital.
The 45-year-old suspect had earlier been sentenced to 13 years in prison for attempting to rape his niece. The suspect, who had completed his prison sentence several months ago, had remained in Colombo before heading to his house earlier this week. The police stated that the suspect raped his 70-year-old mother on Tuesday night. The victim had fled from the suspect and informed other area residents. The suspect evaded the area residents before being arrested by the Valigama police. He is due to be produced before the Mathura Magistrates Court today. Meanwhile, the final rites of the 14-year-old girl who died after being raped was conducted yesterday in the Veeravilla area in Hambantota.
The CPC filling station situated on the Rajagiri and Navala has been sealed off. The station has been used for illegal loading kerosene to buses using filling pumps. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation said investigations are currently underway.
The raid was carried out last night by a special unit of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation. According to the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, the filling station will be sealed off until investigations conclude. They further went on to say that the CPC incurs a loss of 30 rupees per litre of kerosene. The chairman of the CPC, Dhammika Ranatunga, said, despite the loss, the kerosene is sold at this price in an attempt to provide concession for the public, and such incidents of this nature will be closely monitored in the future.
An individual was shot dead in the Katpiligame area in Sevenagala this morning.
According to the police, the drive-by shooting happened this morning. The gunman had arrived and fled on a motorcycle. The cause of the shooting nor the perpetrator have been identified as yet. The police has launched investigations into the incident.
The initial objections put forward by the lawyer of the former minister and MP Johnston Fernando and 3 others were rejected by the Colombo Chief Magistrate Ranasinghe Bandara today. The case was filed by the Bribery Commission with regard to corruption charges levelled at former Minister Fernando. Former Sathas Chairman Eraj Fernando and former Operational Director Mohammad Mohideen Shakar. The accused are alleged to task 153 Sathosa employees and used them for political work in 5 years from 2010 to 2014, causing a loss of 40 million rupees. The Commission has requested permission to present the 2 charges sheets separately to court. The court granted permission for the Commission to present the sheets separately. Employees of the Ceylon Electricity Board have launched an island-wide strike.
The CEB employees launched the trade union action in protest against an alleged assault which took place last night.
All the employees attached to the Ceylon Electricity Board have stepped away from duty and joined with the strike action to protest the heinous attack carried out against CEB employees by the government. Around 10,000 CEB employees are making their way to Colombo as we speak. We urge the government to take legal action against the arbitrary administrative decision to increase the salaries in an irregular manner, costing more than 2 billion rupees of the taxpayers' money. We want to defeat all attempts being made in cabinet to prove that. If we don't get a solution by the end of the day, this one-day strike action will become a continuous strike action.
The Ministry of Power and Renewable Energy notes that an uninterrupted supply of electricity will be provided to consumers despite the trade union action. There are employees who have not joined this strike action. Electrical engineers and several other grades of employees have launched this strike action. The workers on the field have not joined the strike, so if there is a power disruption, we can repair it.
Well, this is a wrap of live lunchtime news for the day. Do join us again at 1:55 with the latest.